Thank you. The reason why you got to cover them is because you don't want rain to wet them. When rain wet them, they're very hard to catch. So you want to make sure you cover them. But this is something you will have to do on a everyday basis. You will have to go and search for these wood and pack them up because you're going to be burning fire every day. This will be something very good to have, but the thing is, if you're living off the grid, you would not have access to it. You see what I'm saying? So since you wouldn't have access to it, you will have to figure out something else. So now I'm giving you the tree stone, which this is the tree stone right here. Let me get another flat one for that. Hold on. All right. Yeah, so this is the tree stone, right? The tree stone, and we push in wood from 3 different angles. And then, you see that? That's your pot right there. So the fire burning on the tree stone, and that's where you cook. You use tree stone, and this is how you cook. Look at it. So you keep packing the wood between there, and this is how you cook. Survival. So it's not even about living off the grid. This is something you can do right in your backyard if you have access to the space. But so what I'm trying to say, guys, this is a big difference from living where you have access to everything. All right, it's not as easy as it may seem. It's not as easy as it may seem. But if you put your mind to it, nothing is impossible. Once you put your mind, nothing is impossible. You come in through here, you see all these, you got, you know, the truth is you will like to have a water boots. You will love to have a water boot, but if you don't, you just don't. But this is what I'm saying, guys. It's a beautiful lifestyle. It's a beautiful lifestyle, very enjoyable, especially there's no one bothering you. There's no one messing with you. That even better. You understand? You protect yourself however you can. If you're a person who loves to eat meat, then you will have to wait until hunting season, and then you can hunt. Then you also got to know how to preserve your meat. How are you going to preserve your meat? You will have to figure that out. You see what I'm saying? You will have to figure that out. A lot of people put the meat, they will smoke it out. You know, put it over the fire and smoke it. Like I said, you got to use whatever you have and make it work. Because this is what this channel is about. Use what you have and make it work. So living off the grid, what can you eat as vegetarian? Well, the thing you could eat as vegetarian, I think if you're living off the grid, you should definitely be able to grow your own food. So if you're choosing to go and live off the grid, what you need to do, you need to gather some seeds before you leave. Or if you're planning to, you should start gathering seeds. So when you gather seed, all these kind of food, this is eggplant, all these kind of food, you could grow this type of food. They're easy to grow. You could grow peppers, you can grow all different type of food. You can grow okra. You choose the food that you love and you walk with the seeds then. So you prepare, so you have a garden that you're growing. You go every morning. You go every morning and you pick wood for your fire. You make sure that your fire burn right through the night. So you have fire, you ain't got to get up in the morning trying to light fire. You already make that fire, and every day you put wood and keep it burning. For instance, you're in a zone where you're dealing with winter. No. If you're dealing with winter, you have to also have a way how you get in heat. You have to figure out there's a way how am I getting heat? How am I getting heat? Well, you might have to create that. You have to be creative in this type of lifestyle. You understand? Because ain't no one there to help you and help you figure out nothing. How am I gonna get heat? You go and you create an area with a cover that you could walk right onto your home, and within that area you can have an area that the smoke can go out but the heat stays in. So that heat will push itself into where you at. Or you might got to go right close to that fire and get that heat. At the end of the day, you got to figure it out. So all these things is what I'm saying. Living off the grid is very challenging. Like I keep saying, it's a beautiful lifestyle. It's a beautiful lifestyle, but you have to make up your mind. So what I'm saying is, if you decide, okay, I'm going to live off the grid, don't just pick up and say, all right, I'm going to live off the grid. No, don't just pick up and do that. Figure it out first. Figure out things you're going to need. You're going to need matches. You're going to need a lighter. These are things you're going to need. Very important thing that you're going to need. Think about it. Let it sink in your mind because you have the time. You're thinking about it. Sometimes you have no choice. You have no option. You just got to get up and live that lifestyle. You just got to get up and live. But if you so you have no choice. But if you have the choice and you're thinking about it, you should definitely look in to things you need. So there's a lot of information out there about living off the grid, but I'm gonna say this again. Living off the grid, it's a blessing to able to live that type of lifestyle. It's a blessing. But it's also come with a lot of challenging. Yes. It also comes with a lot of challenge, and you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared and ready for these challenges. I was saying earlier in the video, you have to make up your mind. Yes, sometimes you just got to get up and make move. And then when you get there, you got to try to figure it out without nothing.